Ayi Bobo family, welcome back to Mysteries of Haitian Voodoo, the podcast where we uncover the hidden truths and sacred traditions of Haitian spirituality. I'm your host, Papa Mystique.
And I'm your co-host, Natara Rose. And today, wow, Papa, this was a very powerful episode. You had a deep conversation with a young and very wise Houngan. Tell the people who you spoke with.
Absolutely. Today's guest is Dieu, Devan Bon Houngan, a spiritualist and initiated Houngan Asogwe. I came across his Instagram and instantly knew I had to reach out. His energy was real, his knowledge was deep, and his respect for the tradition was clear from the moment he opened his mouth.
He was initiated just at 15 years old, right? Which is pretty young for someone to take such a serious spiritual path.
Yes, and that's because he was chosen. This episode dives into what that means. Being called by the Spirit and not just choosing the path for clout or commerce like too many do today.
And that was something he said that stood out to me. The difference between those who are initiated and those who are chosen. There's a weight that comes with that type of calling. One would call it a sacred responsibility.
Right, exactly. And we talk about the structure of initiation, the difference between lavetet and asegwe or kanzo initiation, what happens in the jevo, which is the spiritual chamber where the initiation for kanzo happens, and most importantly, the importance of respecting tradition. The always the traditional ways, not remixing voodoo into something unrecognizable. We even touch on how you know who your mette is.
I've noticed that so many people ask that question: which Lua is their mettet, and who is guiding them? I really like how he answered that question, suggesting that one has the ability to know for themselves through their own intuition.
Yes. So, family, this episode is full of gems. Whether you're new to voodoo or already walking your spiritual path, I promise you'll walk away with clarity and inspiration. So, this is part one of a two-part interview. Let's jump right on into it. Ayi Bobo, Ayi Bobo. It's Papa Mystique. Today, I have a very special guest. He is such a good example of what real voodoo is. I would like to introduce to everyone Dieu, Devan, Bon, Houngan. Welcome to Mysteries of Haitian Voodoo. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. So glad to have you on the podcast after trying to connect with you for the past couple of weeks. I know you're a busy man, but I appreciate you taking the time out to share your knowledge and your wisdom with the people so that they can learn more.
Right. I mean, it's my duty as a Houngan to pass down the knowledge because I'm going to die with it. I'll pass it down.
I watched your interview the other day and I thought you did a great job and I learned some things about you. I know you got initiated at 15 years old
Right.
and I know that you grew up in voodoo. Can you just tell me what gave you the drive to want to go and get initiated at 15 years old? What was it like?
Well, it's not what really gave me the drive. It's really I was chosen, and that's where a lot of people get it twisted at because there's a lot of people that's initiated that aren't chosen. It's better when you're chosen. This one day I was 15 years old. My spiritual father, he was doing the initiation, and this guy right here, Ogu, mounted my dad out of nowhere and said, "Put him in. It's his time." But I always was into voodoo. I always loved voodoo since I was a kid. Since I was in Haiti, I used to always go to voodoo parties since I was like 3, 4 years old. Always, my mom is a mumble, so my mom used to always bring me to the ceremonies. I used to always go to the ceremonies with my mom as a young kid growing up. So I always had love for voodoo. You get what I'm saying? And me and my sisters used to make jokes about it, and we used to be like, the spirit's gonna choose you. They're not gonna choose me. And I used to be like, nah, they're gonna choose you.
Right.
But fortunately, they chose me.
So when you talk about being chosen, you're talking about the loi choosing you, right?
Right. The loi of habitation.
Right.
The next generation. Who
Mm-hmm.
does choose for the next generation to carry on that
Right.
way of their family, to hold down their family laku.
When you were initiated at 15, what kind of initiation was that? Was that like a lave tete, or because you became a asagwe at 18, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so
That was a soup. I was soup I was kanzo.
Point. Okay. So
I was,
you initiated point at 15,
yep.
and then at 18 you became asagwe, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Because I know a lot of people, they when it comes to Asagwe, they really don't understand the different levels in it.
Mhm.
And that's why when we talk about things like that on the show, we try to get a good explanation so people could follow. Because a lot of people think that if you get a lave tet, you're initiated in they a Houngan or Mumbo, and that's not how it goes.
A lot of that is like a first step into kanzoing, and that's for you to like baptize the spirits into your head so you can recevoir to wash your head and stuff like that. Baptize certain spirits. Lavitet and kanzu is two different things. I could have somebody that lavitet right here and somebody that kanzu supuen. The person that kanzu supuen can't talk to the person that lavitet because they didn't go through the same route.
I'm glad you broke that down. What Laku are you part of, and where is it located?
My habitation come from Okai. My laku is called La Pawa Saint Jacques et Saint Philippe.
And this is in Haiti.
Yes. It's Saint Jacques et Saint Philippe.
Do you see a difference in how people practice voodoo in Haiti and how people practice voodoo here?
The difference is in Haiti, the repercussions are more severe, and over here, they could get away with certain things because they're in America. In Haiti, if you was to do something that's wrong, you die for that.
Right.
And over here, they take advantage of that because they're in America. In Haiti, they're more on point because they know the repercussions behind it. Over here, they
Right.
be lenient and more so, oh, I'm in America, so can't nobody. That's the only difference. There's a lot of people that, especially on the internet, that's doing a lot of things that they don't have the license for. And if they was in
Mhm.
Haiti, they would be pressed. They would press them in Haiti.
Right.
And where did you who gave you the right and the permission to do whatever it is that you're doing?
Right.
And if you answer, they kill you.
It's a lot of people that are calling themselves voodooism. A lot of people doing things in the name of voodoo, but they're not
Right.
really voodooism.
They look at it as a business. They look at it as, oh, I can make some money off of this. They messing up voodoo for the people for people like me, that's
Right.
really take voodoo very serious because they turn it into a business. They mess over a lot of people, and those people get to looking at voodoo as, oh, it's the person that you went to that's just, using this as a business. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves. And those are one of the people that need that, if they wasn't here, they would have been dead.
And you're so right about that. And that's why I try to highlight real voodoo every chance I get, because there are a lot of fraudulent people. There are a lot of people who are doing things and calling it voodoo just simply because they have a Haitian lineage. They're not respecting the traditions, which is something I heard you say the other day on the other interview that you did. you mentioned that you like to uphold the old ways, the old traditions, the old ways of doing voodoo. And I really liked when you said that because that's exactly what's happening. You have people who, just because they have a Haitian lineage, think they could talk about voodoo, and then they just start adding and changing things. And a lot of people who don't know about voodoo think that this person knows about voodoo, and then they just start making things up. And
Correct.
like you said, that's what messes up real voodoo. Because
Right.
now they're going to go to a person who, doesn't, who isn't, and I'm not even going to say initiated, because, not everybody in Haiti that practices voodoo is initiated. Because you got, like you mentioned the other day, the Houngan Makud. You got
Right.
people who aren't initiated, but they still practice a
The
real
old-
form of voodoo.
right.
You know, and
Exactly.
but you to see people who aren't doing anything near what real voodoo looks like, that's what's really hurting the practice. That's what's
Right.
really hurting, like you said, people like you.
The culture. That's what's hurting the culture.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? They not holding the old traditional way. That's how I was taught, the old traditional way. And then they
Right.
come and creating new things that I never heard of. Like that's one thing that really pisses me off. Like me, for example, when I step into a ceremony, everybody knows I get the mean mugging, and I'm very strict when I'm in the ceremony. Every detail matters because if you love voodoo, if you give yourself to voodoo, you must make sure everything is on point, everything is done correctly. The
Right.
spirits are going to treat you the way you treat them.
And when you say everything right, you're speaking about the règlement, right?
Reglement, the food, how you sali the law, how you recevoir the law when it comes, the respect that you give the law when it comes. You see, when Papa Ogu come, everybody should be kneeling on the floor, kneeling. But there are reglements that a lot of people don't know. When Dontor comes, and she's coming out after when she mounts somebody and she goes in the room and get dressed and she coming out, everybody should be standing up. This is a queen walking in the building. This is the queen of Haiti. This is the mother of Haiti. Everybody should be standing up. Giving her respect. It's a lot, bro. Like
No, you're right, and you're so on point. And I want to add this: even the
mhm,
Houngan and Mambo, they're royalty. The Houngan and Mambo, Asogwe is like royalty. So when I notice that people don't respect that, that's when I start to question their authenticity. When I see
right.
people saying, "Oh, you don't got to do this, you don't got to do that," that's when I start giving you the side eye, and I'm like, this person don't respect voodoo. This person don't respect the culture.
They don't respect themselves because you can't call yourself a Vodouiza and you saying that.
Right.
Like everything should matter. Even there's a lot of spirits, right? That a lot of people don't give importance. As far as I'm gonna talk about one like one law, for example. The law gun. That law right there, I feel like she don't get enough respect because that's a very big law right there. That is a
Gun.
very big gun. That lady gives money. She protects her kids. When you have that lady, like that lady is that is a big spirit, and it pisses me off the fact that during the ceremonies they be trying to just run past her. No, I be stopping them. I say no, y'all gotta salute her.
Right.
Gun is one of the big spirits in my habitation. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because after gun, you gotta salute fuera. Gun is fuera mom.
He's the gun. Gun is the
Exactly.
one. Right.
Exactly. Dambala. Dambala is one of the most powerful spirit there is out of all of them. He's the father of all. He plays a major role. In initiation, Dambala, Matthias Aizan Velikete, those two are the owner of initiations. They the one that owns the Jevo. He just give you approval. Oku just give you approval. He just give you the okay, yeah, this person can go, this person can go, this person can't go, da da da. But the real laws that the Jevo belong to is Dambala and Aiza, Matthias Aiza Veligete. And of course, Matthias Alexina, which is the lady with the collier. You get what I'm saying? When you see them people with the beads around them, that's Alexina. Those three right there, they the one that owned initiation. You step into the Jevo, you stepping into their domain. And when you step into the Jevo, you stepping into the spiritual world. You get what I'm saying? You stepping into the spiritual world.
Talk to me what it's like when someone's going through an initiation and they're in the Jevo. How long do they stay in there? Like how many days or can you talk a little bit about that?
What I can tell you is that you go in for 7 days. You go in Tuesday, you come out Sunday. Starting Thursday. Thursday you mote bila. Friday you do batge again. Saturday is mai paki. Sunday is the day where you do your lumps with your lois, your elimination, your lois. Monday is basically get yourself prepared. You go to sleep early on Monday because Tuesday morning before the sun come up, you're gonna take a trip. That's by far the most I can speak about the initiation part. Another thing is when it's time to go get this, for those that's gonna be Asagwe, when it's time to go get this, you don't go get this from somebody that's mounted. You don't go get it from a person. You go get it from Papa Loco himself. Call down the spirit itself. I was scared as hell. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And Dambala, will visit you in there. For those that are scared of snakes, I mean, he's not gonna harm you, but he's definitely gonna visit you. If you're scared of snakes, just let him know that you scared of snakes and don't come to you in that form, and he'll respect your wishes, and that's that. But you initiating, you wanna see all of that. You wanna experience all of that. Man, I was scared as shit, but I wanted to experience all of that because I wanted it all. And that's what gave me the hunger, and because of all that I went through in there, that's what makes me respect voodoo. That's what made me respect what I do. That's what made me love what I do. Loving to help other people. You get what I'm saying? For somebody to come to me and something's wrong with them and I can be able to treat them, to help them. That's what makes me happy.
People want to know which law is not just walking with them, but which law is in their head, which law is their met. Is that something they find out after the lave tet? Is that something they can find out from when they were born? Is that something that they can find out from a reading?
Find out yourself. Reason why I say that. You can find out in the reading. You can find out, and not after the lavitet. You're supposed to know that before the lavitet, because when they gonna lavitet you, they gotta couche you on your metet. They gotta do the règlement on your metet and conjoint. They have to conjoint you on your metet règlement. You can feel which spirit you gravitate more to. Which spirit you gravitate more to. Which spirit, whenever you hear his name, you get goosebumps. Which spirit, every time you hear his name, you just love that spirit. Because you got to understand that spirit lives inside of you. So the minute you hear their name and you get the goosebumps and you hear their song, you get the goosebumps and you just, like, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Energy. Voodoo is energy.
That's right.
you pay attention to your energy, you can tell yourself a lot of things. Because everything is about, if you pay attention to energy, it's not rocket science. Energy don't lie. Energy do not lie. Make somebody stand right behind you. Are you not going to feel them behind you?
Yeah, of
What
course.
is energy?
Energy.
And that's what I mean by that. Like, you're gonna know what spirit you love the most. Like, you think it's just you loving the most, that spirit the most. No, that's just that spirit that's inside of you, letting you know the inside of you, letting you know, hey, I'm
Right.
your like, that's how you know. You get what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? So you may want to confirm,
Right.
and you might have a method and you have other spirits that you gravitate to. And that's how people be having multiple spirits that walk with them. So that's another thing too. So like me, like my method of course is Ogu. But I got cousin, Simbi. Don't fuera them, those are my wives. And Dambala, Monsieur Dambala Toka Miwaza, I can't forget about him. Ligba. Those laws right there, like those are laws that march with me. And there's a lot of more laws that's in my habitation that that walks with me as well. But those are the main spirits that I gravitate to. As a Houngan, like there's every Houngan have that one song that excites the energy of that spirit inside of them. That's what causes them to get mounted. Every Houngan has that one song of each spirit or whatever spirit that they use or that they work with, should I say, that when they hear it, it gives them the goosebumps, it gives them the chills, and you know what I'm saying? And that spirit, it excites that spirit inside of them and it mounts them.
I like that breakdown that you gave because I hope everyone that's gonna hear that they can understand that it's in them, and that makes a lot of sense the way you broke it
Right
down.
out of you, man. You just got to know how to unlock it. And that's the whole purpose of Kunzu. That's the whole purpose of initiation, is unlocking it.
So you brought up about people being mounted, right? Obviously, in the movies they call it possession. Talk to us about that. Talk to us about when you're getting mounted.
Mhm.
And I've heard, a lot of people say that they have no idea what happens to them when they get mounted, even after they don't know. That the only way that they would know after was if the Houngan or Mumbo looks into the candle and, they see what happened. But
That right there, only a mumble with gift that can be able to see into candles can tell. Because all mumbles and Ugas have their own gifts. Like when you get mounted, it's like you're unconscious. That's why I always have a translator or somebody there, or sometimes I would even record, you get what I'm saying, the session, because I would want to know what's going on and what's being said. Because certain people, like one time I had a client, the spirit will tell them one thing and they tell me another thing and got me doing the wrong thing and I get in trouble for it. My Instagram is Devan 777. My contact is 954-605-3158. You can contact me, text me. My Facebook is Devan. And that's DIEUDEVAN 777.
mm,
Devan
all right,
on all platforms. You get what I'm saying? I just made a YouTube, so you know
all right,
I'm about to start. You know, have faith, because without faith, there's nothing.
mm,
Because you got to believe to have faith. You got to believe to have faith, and if you don't believe, then you don't have faith. You get what I'm saying?
right.
So That's one of the main important things, especially when it comes up to voodoo. You gotta have faith in everything that it is that you're doing, even in life. You gotta have faith in yourself.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? You have to have faith in yourself. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
Thank you, brother. I
Dieu,
appreciate it.
Devan,
Thank you. That's right.
it was nice talking to you guys.
Yeah.
Boy, close this out.
All right. Thank you, man. Hey, we got to do it again. And
Most
looking
definitely,
forward
man.
to it. Yeah, definitely, man. Great,
Yeah,
great
man. Just
interview.
let me know.
Yeah.
I'm free. I'm just let me know, and we're gonna make it happen, Cap.
What stayed with me the most is when he said, spirits treat you the way you treat them, which is one of the life lessons we can all incorporate into our lives.
Absolutely. That's something every voodooisant should reflect on. Our ceremonies, our offerings, even the smallest rituals, they all matter. Respect is the heartbeat of voodoo. You could hear how much reverence Houngan Dieu Devan has for this tradition. From the way he honors the lesser known law like gun to how he prepares for initiations. That's love and discipline.
And let's not forget that story he told about Dambala showing up in the Devan. What an amazing experience for him to share with us.
Man, if you know, you know. And I'm so grateful to him for being so open to share not only his knowledge, but his personal journey. Being scared, being tested, and coming out stronger. That's what the path is all about.
So, to our listeners, if this episode spoke to you, if you learned something new, or you're walking your own path and looking for guidance, make sure to share this episode, subscribe, and leave us a review. Your support helps us keep this sacred conversation alive.
That's right. And as always, you can check me out on at Papa Mystique on TikTok. You can check me out at Papa_Mystique on Instagram. Check me out on YouTube at Papa Mystique. Also, hit the website up, papamystique.com. You'll find some products on there that we have. Also, we have information about voodoo as well. And last but not least, don't forget, the book Mysteries of Haitian Voodoo is out. You can find it on Amazon. Just type in Papa Mystique in the search and Mysteries of Haitian Voodoo will come up. If you want to learn more about the basics about voodoo, want to learn more about the history, as well as the history of Haiti, get this book, support Papa Mystique, and we appreciate all the support that you guys give us each and every week. Share, leave a review as well, and that way that can help us, keep the show on the road. Much love to Dieu, Devan, Bon Houngan for giving us that powerful interview, and he will be back. We will have a part 2 next week. It was a longer interview, but we will have part 2 next week. We're here to build a space rooted in truth, rooted in tradition, and love for the ancestors.
Until next time, stay blessed, stay protected.
Aye, bobo.